Okay, guys, we're having problems here. I don't know if y'all can hear me. The left side is not working. Once again, YouTube has messed with something.
Okay, can you guys hear us? We're trying to figure the sound thing out.
We got things that's not working on our. We've been working with this for the last hour trying to get this thing up and working here. Okay.
Y'all can hear us. Well, we're using one mic. I guess one mic is not working. So
yeah, we got one of our mics that's not working. So
hello, everybody.
All right, all y'all get in here and let's just get going here. See how many we got. YouTube has messed with us this week.
We have 0 watching, by the way.
0 watching is what it's telling us. So our internet system, we have just had fits with it this week. It's been down for the biggest portion of our week. Thank God we had a lot of stuff already preloaded. Oh man, they so many. Y'all are coming on so fast. There's no way I can say hey to everybody. So I'm just gonna say, y'all get you some popcorn. Come on in and prop your feet up. And
let's just have fun.
Let's just have fun, man.
Yeah, because YouTube's been messing with us. We've been having to. Our whole background was bright red, kind of orangish red looking color. We had to delete all that, redo the Homestead network, put our logo back up.
Yeah, our wallpaper was gone on our everything. Everything was just gone when we clicked it on about an hour ago. So we had to go in here and start doing something. Now ours only tells us we've got 7 people watching right now. So I know that's wrong because there's more than several people in the chain.
Yeah, it keeps going back and forth. They're saying 102. So everything's been all messed up. The internet's not worked. It wouldn't let us read comments. We couldn't go to Facebook. We'd get there and it wouldn't go anywhere else.
Right.
Trying to do Etsy, everything.
Everything's been messed up this week. We've had the phone company out. They've been trying to work on everything for us, and luckily they've got it up and got it kind of running. And then all of a sudden we get on, and YouTube has took away a bunch of our subs. It's took away. It just screwed up everything.
About 3 days ago, I looked, and we had above 10,000 people that had 10,000 above. We probably had 30 or 40 people sub to us. And yesterday, I clicked on it, and we had probably half of them were gone. People we're friends with, and so I asked one of them, and they go, "Oh, we're here. We're still there, but they're still not back today." So we don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
So if you go to your thing and it says you've unsubbed from us, resub again, because YouTube is just playing havoc with everything today.
Yeah, it's just been crazy.
Well, the last 2 days, 3 days.
3 days for us. Yeah, it's been 3 days for us. But, as y'all can see between Wanda and I, there is a sign sitting here that says Deep South Homestead. We've just had us a new sign made to go at our gate up here on our property because a lot of people have said they've come and visiting and stuff like that. So we've had this sign made that matches our logo. It's a metal sign, so hopefully it's going to hold up for many, many years. They told us we could put bleach on it, gasoline, or anything like that. And it's not supposed to hurt it. So we're going to be building a frame system to put it in and put it out by our driveway so that everybody who comes down will know where Deep South Homestead is now.
Yeah, and that sign is part of my birthday present. I told him that was everything we've got this week's been my birthday present, y'all. I'm just saying. And I'd been wanting a sign for a long time, and we just decided to go ahead and get it. This logo was made by Eric from Life in the Farmland.
Yeah.
And he designed that. So if you guys aren't subbed to Eric, take off to Life in the Farmland after the live shows are over. Not now, but afterward, and sub to Life in the Farmland because he does an awesome job.
He does an awesome job helping people out like that. He did a wonderful job for us here.
Yeah, and we were really proud of it. And this week, I had a lot of birthday people sent me wishes and comments and phone calls and even gifts. And I'm not sure. I haven't seen her yet, but Bee Lady Apiary,
Yeah.
Miss Elizabeth, sent me a gift, and I don't know if she knew it was my birthday or she just sent it, but I was just floored. Monday night, I decided to do a juice fast for a few days. And Tuesday, we get up and go to town, and we go to the post office and mail some stuff. And when I get there, there's this big, huge box. Danny says, "You want me to go in?" I said, "No, there's usually not that much. I'll just get it." And there's life in the farmland, guys. Tell him hi. And so I go in to pay for the postage on the books I'm mailing, and I come back out toting this huge box that was heavy. Yeah. And Danny goes, "I thought there wouldn't be." I said, "No." And so when we get home, it is a big juicer steamer. I'd never seen one, hadn't seen one work. And there's Miss B Lady. Thank you, lady, Miss Elizabeth. And so I told Danny, I said, "I'm going to use this right now." So I sat down with the book, reading through it. And that was about lunchtime.
Yeah.
And after lunch, I went ahead and made my juice. And I used it for the next few days drinking. And then I've used it a second time. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Or
no, it was yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah. I used it again yesterday, and I canned juice this time. The first time I made jelly. And we had scuppernong still, so it was pretty awesome. I just thought it was great. And
yeah, I mean, Eric, you can look at your logo here, my friend.
Isn't that awesome?
We got a sign made with your logo, my friend. Thank you for that so much. It has really been a blessing to us.
And Miss B Lady, I've sent her a message 2 or 3 times, Miss Elizabeth. I can't remember names with y'all's YouTube channels because when you have so many subs and you're used to seeing B Lady,
yeah,
Elizabeth doesn't work, or Rain Country, Heidi doesn't work. I have issues with that sometimes. And Songbird, I have time remembering y'all's first names, and when y'all send checks for a book or something, I just, sometimes I'm going, I wish I knew which person this was, because if you don't put your YouTube channel somewhere, I don't know, it's hard to know. But I also want to tell, I don't know if, I haven't seen my daughter on here yet, but if she is, we want to wish Brianna a happy birthday. That's my granddaughter.
Yeah, she has her birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow, she'll be 9.
Yeah.
Her brother Cade had a birthday earlier. September in our family is a good month for birthdays. Yeah. Cade had a birthday the 1st of the month. Then my other grandson, Christopher, had one last week. I have 2 granddaughters. One of them, Jade, turned 18 this month. And Caitlin turned 16. So September's like our famous month for birthdays.
Okay, we got pretty much got a lot of people in the room now. Ours is telling us 166. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate or not, but we've got enough in there. We want to do our channel shout outs. I want to take a moment and tell y'all there's a guy that he and I talk on a regular basis, and that is Tennessee Homestead. His name is Rich. If y'all are not subbed to this guy, I'm going to tell you something. You need to just open up a new page right now, go over there and sub to him, because this guy has tons of information right now about our seeds and what's going on in our country as far as the different companies that are overtaking other companies in this country. As most of y'all probably know, Bayer bought out Monsanto this past week. Oh, that's actually been a couple of weeks back. Bayer bought out Monsanto, and now Dow and Syngenta. I think it's those are the 2 that have merged, and then we have 2 more big chemical companies that have merged, and now we have 3 large companies that are actually controlling the seeds in this country now. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news to homesteaders, but we're in trouble now as far as seeds go, because Rich and I were talking this past week. We now have information that over 70% of all the seeds in the different seed companies now have been tainted with GMOs. It doesn't matter if it says it's organic or what. They have now taken control of most of the seed companies, and about 70% of all seeds now, the test has been run on them through different companies, is tainted with GMOs. So,
all right, that's Tennessee Homestead,
yeah,
because there's several people asking who you're talking about, and it's Tennessee
Homestead. Rich with Tennessee Homestead. Y'all just open up a new link and go ahead and subscribe to him. And when we get through here, you might want to go listen to some of his videos, because the guy just does a wonderful job.
Well, after American Homestead.
Well, yeah, after American Homestead, but I mean,
we forget that kind of stuff.
People, we are in trouble. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it.
Mm-hmm.
We're in trouble. If you're buying your seeds now and you're not saving your seed, you're in trouble.
Dot D, I got something from you too. Thank you. I do see them. Yeah, they said they got local honey that somebody found was Roundup contaminated.
Well, Rich has a lot of information on there about Roundup. A lot of our diseases in this country is related now. He has all this information that we talked about that has been related to Roundup now. They're showing how that Roundup goes right along with a lot of these new diseases, and how that the land now is become contaminated with Roundup, and that a lot of our producers of corn and soybeans and stuff like that now, Monsanto has come out with new seeds that it has been said that they can also use 2,4-D weed killer on them now. And the latest shipment of that stuff out of China was turned down because it was seen to be contaminated with dioxin. So the food source here in the United States really now is not even becoming safe to eat anymore. So it's very important that we save our seeds. It's very important to make sure you can go to let me put it this way, you can go to your local county extension service and you can have your seeds tested there to see, or they'll give you the information of where to have them tested to see if your seeds are GMO. And I would highly encourage anybody, if you suspect that any seed that you have might be genetically engineered, or if you're concerned about it, contact your county extension or service and see about getting your seeds tested so you can make sure you've got a pure source, and then start saving your own seeds. Because things that we're seeing in this country now has gone into the epidemic stage. We have a lot of stuff now that our soil has been known to have. We have pathogens being raised in our soil now. Rich covers a lot of this in his videos, and after he and I talked about it this week, he talked about how that, if we're not careful, we're just going to be a sick nation here real quick.
All right. Somebody's asking, what do you suggest for city dwellers? I think this is Nancy.
Nancy, it's kind of hard to say at this point now, after I've seen all the stuff that Rich has showed me, and I've talked to different other people, and I've done a little bit of my own research. I honestly just don't know what to tell people now. I mean, it's come to a point that there's very little that you can get from a grocery store now that's fit to eat. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It doesn't matter if it says it's organic or not, because we're being lied to left and right by everybody.
And they're asking about seed companies. Which seed companies? I would check your major seed companies and see who owns them before you order.
Before you order any seed, go to call that company. Ask them who owns them.
Because lots of times subsidiaries of...
Well, let me just tell you a scenario and tell you how it's working. Monsanto, Syngenta, and there's one other there. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it Dow?
No, Dow and Syngenta have done merged. Okay. What they are, they're called the mother companies. And what they do is they hire out these smaller companies to go in and buy smaller seed companies under a different name, even though they're all owned by Monsanto or Syngenta or whichever one, Dow or whichever one it is now. So be very, very cautious about where you buy seeds from, because I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. After getting this information this past week, I'm just floored. Uh, I can't tell you that any seed from any company now is going to be safe.
Yes, and they're asking about different companies, but Heaven Help Us is asking about YouTube Heroes. Yes, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But first, I want to do my shout out. A lot of you probably already know Ethan at Off Grid Kid. If you don't, you guys go subscribe to Ethan. He likes just a few hitting 1,000. And I told Danny earlier, I said, we are going to see if we can help Ethan get on through. So go to Off Grid Kid and sub to him. Ethan's just a good little guy. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about, and he probably puts 90% of us older people to shame on YouTube. Yeah. He can read his own comments, and he can talk, and he'll get sidetracked a little, but he gets right back on, and he does an awesome job. So you guys help Ethan out too at Off Grid Kid and Coon Mountain Off Grid. They're sub to us, and we thought we would give them a shout out tonight. You check out Coon Mountain Off Grid. It's a small channel, just getting started with a few videos. Yeah. And see what they have to offer and just help them out a little. All right.
We still have plenty of corn seeds. If any of y'all need any of my corn seeds, you just go to our Etsy store. They're up there. Just let us know, and we've got plenty of it right now, so we don't have to worry about it. And
we do sell them, and that's one of our next things is our Etsy store is up, and it's deepsouthhomestead.com. And I put some new things up on Etsy today, and let's see, I put some spoons up. I had several people ask about spoons, and Danny finally got a few up. And when they're gone until he makes some more.
Until I make some more. It takes me a pretty good while to make these spoons. I don't make many of them at a time because they're so time consuming. And the fact that it's still in the triple digits here, the heat index is still in the hundreds, like 100 to 105 degrees here every day. And it's just too hot for me to get out there and in that hot shop and work on them spoons all day long trying to make them.
So hopefully this winter, he'll be able to make some, but just if you go to the Etsy store and there are not any there, just give me time. Check every week or two because I'll be putting a few up along as he makes them. And then I added corn shuck dolls. Yeah. Now, these are not dolls for kids to play with. These are just something that I saw in the, what is that book called?
Foxfire.
Foxfire books. I can't ever remember. When I was looking through the Foxfire books and playing around, I love the old toys and things like that, and I just want to bring some of that back. But I'm not selling these for toys. They would just be for people that want them as a memory or something, or to hang on a Christmas tree or whatever. But they're about 9 to 12 inches long, according to the corn shucks that I make them out of. And so they're on there too. Then we have our Danny book, our sweet potato book, our Danny corn, and my cookbook until they run out. Then we have to reorder.
Okay, been several questions asked. How to save the seeds, the corn seeds. Leave them in the freezer till springtime. Take them out right before you need to plant, and they should be fine. And yes, I do still have plenty of corn seeds up for sale, so don't worry about that. There was another question. I missed one of them. So you might want to repost that question again. I didn't see who it was that asked it. It just got past me before I could do it. And the Foxfire books are an excellent source of books for homesteaders. There's a whole series of them. We don't have all of them here yet, but I've had them for years. I try to pick them up whenever I can get a hold to them. The question was, are we going to be selling any other seeds? I'm going to have to go through my seed bank and just check and see, because now that we have the scare on seeds, I'm going to be extremely cautious about what I let go and what I don't let go, so I make sure I don't run out. No.
Do we freeze all our seeds?
No, we do not freeze all of our seeds. We only freeze our peas, our corn, and beans and stuff like that. Tomatoes and stuff like that don't need it. In order to get the corn, Sheila, go to the Etsy store.
And we also have a website. It's deepsouthhomestead.com. And on the website, anytime we put something we use something in the video, if I can find it on Amazon, I put a link on our website. And many people were asking, like the mini whisk that I've been using. I went over there and I put the mini whisk that I use. There's many different types, but I use a Pampered Chef mini whisk. And I put it on the website so that you can go by and buy that. Or we have books that we recommend. We have the pot that Miss Bee Lady Apiary sent me. I put that pot on there because that's just, I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't have one of them pots, if I'd have known about this pot, we'd have owned one long time ago. This is like the best gift I've ever had. So I love it.
Okay, somebody want to know what zone we're in. It depends on each year. Our zone changes from zone 8 to zone 9. This year we've been more in zone 9 than we have 8 because it's been so hot. Like I told you, we're still in the triple digits here with our heat indexes.
Do you think the corn will grow in zone 4?
Yes, I don't see why it wouldn't.
Okay, and Desert Dog is putting up our Etsy store for people that need to see it, and We Tree will put in our information off and on.
All you people talking about 41 and something here, we wake up in the morning here, it's usually around 75 degrees with 99% humidity. We can work outside till about 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and by then it's gotten so hot that we have to come in. In our food plots, we planted a lot of greens in them, which we normally do in the middle of September. But right now, I went over this evening to set the cameras back up to look at the food plots, and all my greens that come up are about an inch tall. They've all turned yellow, and the sun has just baked them. So we're going to have to replant those greens in the food plots.
Plus the deer have eaten.
Plus the deer have eaten most all the peas anyway.
I mean, we've got little green stems up about 2 inches tall all over the field.
Yeah, they've mowed all of them down. So
we've been having a time with it.
Lynette,
Sheila's saying there's no corn on Etsy. Okay, I will go back. If you'll give me till in the morning, I'll do it sometime, maybe after we get off tonight. But if not, by in the morning, I'll have corn back on, Sheila.
I can't tell y'all. A lot of y'all are asking about different seed companies. I can't really tell you right now because there's so much stuff being done in secret. Rich and I were talking about that, how a lot of these seed companies are not putting the truth out there about who owns them and what's going on in the companies, because they know if they do, they lose sales. So it's just going to take some digging for y'all to be able to find out, because right now I'm not going to say, because I don't know about which companies are actually trustworthy now.
All right, Desert Dog has said they're waiting on their delivery. Can't wait to try recipes. I'm assuming they ordered a cookbook. You'd have to tell me what name you ordered from so I know, but I've got...
Somebody said, Sammy Joe says every time they get on our Etsy store, it won't let them get into it.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what's going on there.
I don't know unless something else has happened with YouTube or
with the internet.
With the internet system or something. We will go back and check it out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Zach is saying that Baker's Creek. We have ordered some seed from Baker Creek. The only problem we have here is about half the seed grow here and half of them don't. And it's probably nothing to do with Baker Creek. It's about the climate in which we live in here, I'm sure.
Yeah, Roy and Faye said they went to the pecan festival today. I wanted to go so bad, but I'm glad I didn't. They said they thought that they would die because it was in the 90s. And it probably felt like it was over 100. It was in the 90s,
but the heat index was in the hundreds, I'll guarantee you.
And if you guys, here in Mississippi, we have the pecan festival.
Yeah.
And it's like this big, awesome thing. The people have what kind of horses is that they have?
Draft horses. They got the big Belgians and stuff like that.
And they show how to work those horses and cut hay the old-fashioned way and do all this stuff. And they have anything pecan there, and they have all kinds of booths set up that they sell things, and it's just an awesome day. Yeah. But we didn't get to go today.
Okay, some people are saying that they're able to get into our Etsy store. Some are saying that they're not. Some of our subs some of our Moderators are saying that the YouTube's not letting them post, the internet's not letting them post things, so there's just a lot of stuff going on. As most of y'all know, our internet system, 1st of July, is supposed to be turned over to the UN, according to the things I've been able to find out, and it could be something to do with that.
I'm not sure. Now, JL says Wanda the Born is there. I'm not sure.
Corn.
Oh, the corn. Okay, I got you now. Danny's having to interpret.
I'm interpreting it.
They're going to check out some of the seed companies and see. Okay,
Yeah.
The corn is on Etsy. If it runs out, I will replenish. The only thing I probably won't replenish right now would be if I run out of cookbooks, I will have to order again, and that would take us a week or two to get it done.
Yeah.
If I run out of Danny books, I'll have to reorder.
Yeah.
And that takes about 3 or 4 days. If we run out of the spoons and the dolls, we're just out till we make some more.
Right.
You just have to keep checking.
You just have to keep checking back because we're going to be putting stuff in constantly as we go along now.
I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The carousel package. This week it went from Palmetto Paratrooper started it, sent it to us. We sent it to Appalachia's Homestead, who sent it to Bouchermatic, and she has sent it to Fuel Homestead. I hope I said that right. Amy, I know her first name. But anyway, it's FEWELL Homestead. Yeah. So you guys be watching for that carousel package. As she gets it, she opens it, and where she sends it.
The bee lady asks if she buys the corn, how do you store it till spring? Put it in the freezer and leave it in the freezer until spring.
Mm-hmm.
That you shouldn't have a problem if you do that.
Yes. Okay. Our thing was meal to meal, MILL to MEAL. And the reason for that is we started the week off with the cane meal, which I'm going to let him talk about, and we ended with my meal, the Frugal family food meal. So he's going to start with the cane meal.
Yeah, we got the cane meal up. We put the poll on it. We did, y'all saw we done the test run around with it. It seems like everything's going to work all right on it. We have actually went ahead and stripped our cane. We have a video coming up about that this coming week, about stripping it and topping it because it takes so long to get all that stuff done. Then we're going to show y'all a little bit about what we do with it once we get it stripped and topped.
You have somebody saying, do a video on making the spoons and pass the knowledge on. That's Desert Dog. We hadn't even thought of that.
Well, if I do, I give all my secrets away, but I guess it might
not
be
too many people's going to take the time to do
Not too
that.
many people's going to take the time to go through what I go through on making one of them spoons.
Yeah, and I'm going to do something on the corn shuck dolls, but I wanted to get a way to do them simply down pat because it is a process to learn. It's not as easy to follow that book. Right. And how those old ladies in Foxfire make them. So eventually I'm going to do a video on that. It just may be a while.
Danny, how would you store the corn seed? If you do not have refrigeration. You don't have to put it in the freezer. The only reason I do is because it's straight out of the field. If it should have some weevil seeds in it, then the weevils will.
Weevil seeds?
The weevils will eat the seeds.
You said weevil seeds.
Well, the weevils. Weevils are naturally in all corn seed. Let me put it that way. And by putting it in the freezer, you kill those. But I tell you what you can do. If you'll take you a couple of bay leaves and put it in the bag with the seeds, if you don't have refrigeration, bay leaves are a natural deterrent for insects with seeds. And anytime you have meal or anything like that, you can put bay leaves in it, and it will keep the insects out of it. So that may be another thing you want to try.
Yeah. And there was something else. It just went. Okay, never mind.
Okay, one person says, love the cane meal, did this all the time as a child here in Kentucky. Yes, I have multiple pictures of me doing cane here. I learned from the old men here, and they taught me how to make cane, and hopefully next year we'll have this thing up and running in the building and the pan and everything. We show y'all how to cook cane syrup. We're
going to cook some after we squeeze it, but it's probably going to be on the stove.
We'll cook it on the stove.
We don't have the building and all that.
The building and the pan's not done this year. We just
But we are going to get that done. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. What somebody said, I would not use mothballs around food. No, I would not either.
Somebody says you should write a book on things he learned. I agree. Okay, we're going to skip porch time for a minute because you're going to go on a rant.
Do I know how to grow bay leaves? Some of the companies you can go to, they sell the trees that actually grow the bay leaves. It's actually a Mediterranean bush.
Bay laurel tree.
Yes, it's a bay laurel tree. You can actually order the trees, and you can grow your own bay leaves.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to skip porch time for just a minute because when he gets on that one, he's gone. Okay. We're going to go to scuppernons. Miss B Lady sent me the juicer, and I'd already had the scuppernons that I picked that morning. So I used the juicer and made my jelly and stuff, and it turned out beautiful. I'm gonna tell you, that's just awesome. So we have some more scuppernons. I picked more today.
Yep, she picked more scuppernons today.
I've got about another gallon to go, and that brings up to your frugal tip.
Well, somebody's asking, do I make and sell sorghum syrup? No, I do not make and sell sorghum syrup. Sorghum doesn't grow that well here. We actually grow sugar cane here, which is a rhizome. Most people get these two things confused. Sorghum and sugar cane are two totally different things.
I'm laughing at Rain Country. She said, whoa, it worked. So she was trying to do something, and it finally worked. Okay, now your frugal tip on making the Hoss tool bracket.
Yeah, I have a Hoss tool, a double wheel Hoss tool hoe that I use here on the place, and it comes with a lot of cultivators and middle splitters and sweeps and all these kind of things. And every time I went to look for them, they was always in different places around. So what I did was I built a system on the wall in my shop where I can hang all my cultivators up. My sweeps and all that's right there. It's right at eye level. It's up out of the way. It makes it really easy for me to be able to get my Hoss tools. And I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all don't have one of these Hoss tools, you need to buy one, because should something happen that we can't get fuel or something like that, look, you can do a whole garden with this one tool. And if you can, I let Wanda push it.
Oh, it's easy.
And it's really not hard to use.
I would recommend any of you ladies that you can afford to buy the Hoss tool double hoe to do it, because if you're by yourself or your husband can't help you do something, this thing is awesome. It's easy, easy, easy. Hardly any work for anybody. It's a really good investment. I'm going to tell you that.
One thing I want to mention, y'all, a lot of y'all are talking about sugar cane. There's this thing going around. Everybody says to buy cane syrup, and I was in agreement with that until here just about a week or so ago.
If it's local, you know who.
Unless you know who raised that cane and you can get the sugar from it, I say that's great, because 90% of all sugar cane now is sprayed with Roundup to kill the foliage on it before they actually set it on fire and burn the fields clean. So almost all sugar now, if it's sugar beets it's made from, most all the sugar beets are genetically modified now. And now all the cane is being sprayed with Roundup to knock the foliage off of it. So there, once again, people, we're in a situation where, all of our food sources are becoming tainted, even our sugar.
Okay, Doc D is asking, did we get the package or just the note card? Doc D, that was awesome. She's the one that sent the tape dispenser.
Tape dispenser. We got, yes.
I thought I was going to keep it in the house, and I looked, and Danny headed out the door with it. So
it's already it's in my butchering room outside.
He was thrilled with that. I used to have one years ago when we had a meat processing, and I loved mine. And when Danny saw it, I turned around and looked, and he's headed out the door. So y'all know where it went.
Beth said they get their cane syrup and sugar from Hawaii. Beth, I can tell you from experience and from talking to people in Hawaii, a lot of chemicals are being used in Hawaii right now. So
you have to just be real.
You got to be real careful, because all of Hawaii right now is being sprayed immensely. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people throwing fits about that in Hawaii right now.
B Lady is asking about sugar cane on Etsy. Well, I don't think we're going to have any to sell, but if you'll send me your address, I won't mind sending you a little bit.
Yeah, if we have.
We'll have to figure out how to ship that though.
Yeah, well, we'll have to just see how much we actually end up with
Because
before we
we've
start
got
shipping
limited
it.
right now, but you have to let me know on that one because I don't think we're going to have any to sell. We're just not
Doc
going to have
is
that
asking
much.
the question for butcher room. I don't know if that's a question or if he's making a comment. We have a butchering room on the farm here, Doc. If you don't know that, I have a room set up specifically for doing nothing but butchering.
Yeah.
Okay, Beth says they know their Hawaii source well, so that's good. That's what you need to do. I research everything. If we buy a product and bring it home here, if it's oatmeal or like I'll even go ahead and say it, Bob's Red Meal. I bought Bob's Red Meal and brought it here, called the company. They could not guarantee me that their stuff had not been sprayed with Roundup. So I told them, I said, then I probably won't be using your product anymore.
But we do use Bob Red Mill because that's the closest I can
That's
find.
the closest we can find. We do use it, but
they can't guarantee us. They buy from local farmers that are organic, but those local farmers are right next door to fields that are
being sprayed with Roundup.
So some of the overdraft or whatever can be there. So it's limited. You're going to get some somewhere.
Okay, I got you, Doc. I see what you're talking about.
That was a comment for the gift. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I mean, we're just in a bad situation in this country right now about our food source, and Rich and I have talked about this. It's sad that we can't get honest answers, and I know a lot of us use Bob's Red Meal. I mean, I use it on a lot of stuff, but I'm telling you, I talked to the company and they told me they could not promise me that it did not have Roundup in it.
Yeah, we've got somebody asked him what part of Mississippi. We are about 35 miles from the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, north of the Gulf Coast.
Almost
south, right?
Yeah, we can't be south of it.
We can't be south of the Gulf Coast. We have to be north of the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, we're north of it. Okay, the Frugal Family Food Meal, I did that on Friday. If you don't know what that is, it's a collaboration that Amanda at the Fundamental Home started with Tangi, the caver's wife. They did this back in February, and we were a part of it then, and we had only had like maybe 20 or 30 videos up at the time, and they allowed us to be a part of that then. And so they asked me to come back in this month, and so far this month, Eric from Life and Farmland has posted a video in the collaboration. Let me think of who have I got down? Al from Lumina Acres posted. Amanda from Freedom Acres has posted. We posted yesterday, and then next week, I'm not sure who's in the lineup, but be watching the Frugal Family Food collaboration. Look in my video, I've got in the little eye, gives you a link to it, and you can find out who will be there this next week, I think.
Okay, so SG Woodward's wanting to know if the seeds say non-GMO and heirloom, are they safe? I can't tell you that now. I used to would have said yes, but now that I've found out that over 70% of all seed companies, GMOs have been slipped into them secretly, I can't answer that honestly.
Yeah, it's just a personal thing. You just have to check it out now. Everybody will have to really watch what you're doing and save as many seed as possible. Okay, that leads us to the bucket review. Are you still reading? Okay.
If a seed is GMO, it doesn't matter how many generations down the line you go, it'll always be GMO. As far as I've been told. There's no getting away from it. You just have to get rid of it and start with new seeds.
Yankee Four City just got out of the ICU.
Yeah, I've been following what he's been saying there with different people.
We're going to have a prayer time here in a few minutes. The bucket, the little collapsible bucket.
The little collapsible bucket. Yeah, we got sent that thing to do a review on it. It was kind of funny. It was supposed to have come with the shower head system when it came, but the company was out of them, and then they sent it to us a lot later. And Wanda and I was wondering how we was going to wash our cane meal over there because we were thinking about taking it over there and just taking 5-gallon buckets and just dousing the cane meal. But once we've got this shower system and this bucket,
we needed to do a review, so we thought, well, let's use it.
We just used it on the cane meal, and I'm gonna tell you what, it worked perfect. You know what I mean?
That little shower head is a bang up little thing. The bucket now, it's good if you're going to be toting water somewhere.
Yeah.
And it folds up. I realized after we put the video up, we didn't show it folded up.
Right.
But it folds up into a round about so big, ever how big a round.
About 8 inches in diameter.
And it's real flat when it folds up. And the only problem was he cut it out of the video, but it did leak around the zipper. When I filled it up, I overfilled and it spilled some water there. But other than that, it was pretty
Other than that,
awesome.
If you're on a camping trip and you need to just tote some water or something, it's fine for that. I wouldn't advise putting water in it in a vehicle and driving off with it, because if it leans and tilts at least a little bit, it's going to spill out in it. Yes, people are saying, let's see, if vegetables you buy sprout, doesn't that mean that they're not GMO? Safe to keep for planting? Not necessarily. GMO seeds will come back up year after year.
Just like any other seed, they've just been altered.
The DNA in them has been altered. Now there is a new GMO seed out that's called a suicide seed. 1 year after you save it, it automatically kills itself, so that you can't save your seeds. You have to buy new ones again.
Yeah. And so that one other thing. Last week when he was talking about water, he was talking about that sinkhole in Florida, and he said he didn't know if there was a filter for radiation. But Songbird sent us a link, and I don't have it up, but Songbird, I think she's on here. If you can put that link in the it may not let you, though. I don't think it lets anybody but moderators put links.
Yeah.
But anyway, send the link back to me again. I didn't get it put up with this video, but I'll put it in the description. So if you need a, what is it called? A filter that will filter radiation, then we'll see about getting a link to you.
Okay, somebody wants to know how many gallons a bucket holds. The bucket holds 3 gallons of water, which is more than sufficient for what most people need. And I'm being asked, has the suicide seed actually been approved for sale? I can't answer that. I don't know. Rich may know over at Tennessee Homestead.
Reed Cockeye, she says, suicide seed. I never thought I'd be glad to see such greed. That's true.
They're actually trying to take over all seed. You know, I mean, that's the reason I'm telling y'all right now, time is very, very short for us to be able to keep a clean food source.
Which brings us to, when is
enough?
So if he wants to go on his rant for a little bit, you only got a few minutes.
I know it, and I'm not going to go. I mean, if y'all watch the video, when is enough on my porch time, I tell you, we're in trouble. That's all I'm going to say about that. We're in trouble. Our country's in trouble. There's so many things going on. I wished I could sit here and tell y'all all the things that I know, but I don't have time, and I don't know that it's the proper thing to do at this time. But there's so much happening in this country right now that I get information from inside sources on that if I'm not careful, I myself begin to become paranoid, and I know better than that.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it in moderation, and I try to think about, God's in control. And I try to do the best that I can to take care of everything here and make sure that we're okay with what we eat. I'm not saying I do the best job at it. I'm not a scientist. I'm like Jay Noel says, I'm just a regular dude. I sit back and I try to do the best I can. And what I want to do is, I'm not a fear monger. But what I like to do is I like to put the word out there to you people, because, look, y'all are my family right now, and I try to take care of my family. If I find that information, I want to get it to you. I don't get it to you to scare you. I get it to you to educate you, because I believe that education is one of the greatest sources that we can have, and one of the greatest tools that we have. somebody's asking, am I going to go ahead with the Bible study? Yes, I'm going to go ahead with the Bible study. It's just that our YouTube has been, our
It's been down all
internet
week.
has been down all week, so we've been trying to get that done. Plus, I'm trying to build an intro to the channel and stuff like that, so it's taking a little bit of time to do that.
He's actually named it. I don't know that he's going to tell you the name yet, but
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the name of it because there's no videos up on it right now, but it's called All God's Children.
Because we don't want it to be about.
I don't want it to be about religion. I don't want it to be about denomination or anything like that. Because with me, I'm the kind of person I believe we're that we all belong to God, and I think that there's been many wars fought over religion. Religion has destroyed more countries and more people than anything that I know of. Matter of fact, almost every war that's fought used to be fought over religion. Now it's fought over oil. But
I'm having trouble reading those comments. It's just going so fast.
But yes, I am going to have my channel up, and I'm going to have it running if the Lord's willing. We're going to get that done, and we're going to try to get it where we can do a Bible study. I'm not going to give you a specific day that I'm going to do it on. I'm going to just put stuff out. It might come once a week. It might come twice a week. It's when God gives me something, I'm going to give it to y'all. That's the way I've set it up.
And it is all God's children. And I think the title just came to him one day, and because I kept pushing him for a title, I said, I can't set it up till I have a title. He says, I just don't know. So he was really wanting it to include everybody, and he wants everybody to feel welcome. And when we get it set up, hopefully by next weekend, we will have everything done. We haven't gotten some of the pictures and all that even set, but we're working.
We're working on that. I'm trying to, because I want the intro to it to be what I want it to be. I want it to be Christ honoring. And I just think that let me just say this with the what's the people they call them now, the YouTube heroes now?
Yes. Because
YouTube now has what's called YouTube heroes. These are people who, and this is going to tie in with what I'm talking about here with my channel. We have these people now that are going to be classified as YouTube heroes. What they do is they go around to different channels, and if somebody's watching your channel and they don't like the content that you have on your channel, they can flag it. And if your channel gets flagged, these people get points for doing that. And what it does is I'm going to call them snitches. They're just a snitch that
They get points and they get rewards for flagging channels. And so that may be part of the problem that YouTube is having in the last couple of days, is because mainly Danny's Porch Time could have created it. And people could have flagged it. We have no clue. But that's...
Grandma's wanting to know what translation of the Bible we be using so we can get prepared. I actually have 26 different translations.
So anyone you want to bring.
I may be using anything from the CJV, the Christian Jewish Bible. I may be using the King James Version.
The New King
James Version. I may be using American Standard. It just depends on what I'm talking about that particular week, because some versions explain it a little bit better than other versions do. And I might go into explaining
why we use what we use.
Why I use what I use, because for many, many years in my life, I was strictly a hard King James Version person until I actually started doing some research on my own, and I realized that there's a lot of things about different versions of the Bible, especially the King James Version, that I'll bring out, and I'll tell y'all a little bit about it on the channel. I'm not going to go into it on here.
Yeah. Before we get to, we only have a little bit of time, but do you want to talk about Rick?
Yes. I had mentioned to y'all here on my last live stream.
2 or 3 times.
Last couple of times, a good friend of mine, Rick from Two Country, he was in ICU, and he'd had some problems. He had got out this past week. He called me. They really didn't expect him to live, to be honest with you. And he got out and called me and told me, he says, I'm doing good. He said, don't have nothing to worry about. They tried to put me in the grave, but I ain't ready to go yet.
And he was supposed to have people sent here this weekend. We were expecting.
He was supposed to send us some people to work here this weekend, and he
never call back.
Never did call back, so we got to checking around, and Rick has had a brain aneurysm, and he is back in the hospital. He's stable at this point. That's all I know. He's just stable. So I can't give you any more about that, but what I would like for y'all to do is pray for Rick from Two Country, that the Lord will work in his life. The guy has a heart of gold. And because of the amount of time we got left, what I'm going to say is if any of y'all have prayer requests that you want to put up, go ahead and start putting them up so that people can see them and people can be praying for your prayer requests.
And Mike Miller's saying the 1611 Authorized King James Version. We have one of those on the table here.
Yeah, I have the 1611.
You can't read it.
The actual 1611 you can't read, and there was actually 15 books taken out of the original King James Version called the Apocryphic books, in which we have in a...
I just got it for my birthday, actually.
Actually, for her birthday, I got her a book of the new Apocryphic books. I'm not saying that right. Apocalyptic books.
No, apocryphy.
Apocryphy, yes. I'll get it right in a minute. It's almost like hypocrisy, but yes.
So we have all of
I have all the different Bibles and everything like that. So, and I'll show y'all on some of my videos some of the Bibles that I use and why I use them and tell you how.
And we will show. That was one of the reasons we have the 1611 because it's not the version you're looking at. The 1611 is very different, very hard to read.
Yeah, the matter of fact, the King James Version has been translated very many times since the 1611.
So if you say you don't want a translation and you go back, then you're seeing. If you go back to the 1611, it's hard to read.
Yeah,
what you actually have is not the 1611; it's a translation.
It's a translation of the 1611. Yeah. Yes, people are saying pray for Patera. Patera's husband James is having a lot of problems.
I was talking to her last night and this morning. James is fixing to have therapy, and he's got lots of doctor's appointments. So Patera's going to have to go back and forth to the doctor a lot. This is something she's not used to. James is not going to be able to help do a lot. She said he's very weak, and I think she said he's going to have to do the therapy to get back to where he can
where he needs to be at. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. If y'all want to know about Patera and what's going on in her family, go over to her channel, subscribe to it, and look for the video where she's talking about her husband, because she can do a lot better job.
She can tell you what's going on with him.
Yeah, she has a video up on that.
And story.
Where can you get that Bible? You can get it. You can order it online.
Online, yes, you can order it online.
As a matter of fact, I'll let Wanda, if she won't mind, step over there while we got a few minutes left here. What'd you do with the 1611? Okay, she stayed on the table in there.
I said it was on the table.
Okay, she's gonna get the 1611 for y'all to look at and show you. This is a new printed version of it, and there's things that y'all.
Oh, I don't know the things.
They're gonna be able to read it. Just show them the front of it so they'll know what it looks like. Well, this here goes with it. But
this was a.
This is from Zondervan Bibles here.
Yeah.
This is a reprint of the 1611, and I'll tell you right now, the name Jesus is not in the 1611. So a lot of y'all will know that's going to probably shock you when you find out. But
the writing you can't even read.
You can't hardly read it. It's written in Old English, So, but we'll talk about that on my channel.
We'll go on another channel for that.
I'll try not to get too deep into that on this here, but we have it.
When you get through here, we'd like for you guys to go to an American Homestead
with
Zach.
Go over to Zach. He's got American Homestead. Zach also has a Bible channel.
Zachary Bauer.
Zachary Bauer, or new to the number 2 Torah. If you want to go over there, if you're a Torah fan, and you want to listen to that, then you can go over there and listen to Zach on his channel, because he's got some real good stuff on that.
And Brad on Big
Family Homestead has a new Bible study up. So we're all people. The days are short. We're just trying to get the word out there. That's about all I can say about it. I don't want to take up too much more time talking about that.
Okay, so
I am going to tell y'all, remember Starry Hilder. She's having a lot of issues still. Brad's daughter, Grace, you'll keep her in prayer. And as y'all see, a lot of these videos, a lot of these people are coming up here, giving you your prayer requests. So
just keep all of them in mind.
yes, Grizz is asking the question, what is the 1611? It's the year in which the King James Version was written. King James had the Bible rewritten.
Written into English.
And written into English in 1611.
It was actually in Hebrew and no, what was it written in?
I'm not going to get onto it on this channel.
Okay. Now then, you want to do your prayer because you've only got less than 4 minutes.
I got less than 4 minutes. So y'all, we're going to go ahead and pray and maybe see if we got any time left over, then we'll talk after that. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to bow our heads before you, Lord, and we want to just ask that you forgive us of any unconfessed sins in our lives. Lord, anything that will keep this prayer from reaching the very thrones of heaven now. And Father, we just want to ask that tonight that you would you be with Rick from 2 Country as he's in the hospital in ICU, Lord, with an aneurysm. We just pray that you would, Lord, if you just see fit to look down and heal his body and help him to get back on his feet. If not, then give him the grace to deal with whatever lies ahead. And Father, we pray for Patera and James and their family and the issues that they're facing. And Lord, I pray for Starry and the things that she's facing with her and Mr. Hilder, and for Grace from Big Family Homestead, Lord. And Father, all the different ones that's mentioned here on the channel, Lord. So many of them come through so fast that I didn't have time to see them all. But Lord, your eyes are everywhere and you see everything. And I'm just going to ask that you look down on all these requests that was made. And Father, that you would answer them in a way that would best glorify your kingdom tonight now. And Father, I pray for each and every person here on this YouTube channel, whether they're a believer or not a believer, Lord. Father, I know that the time is short in this country because you've showed me things that are coming to pass. And I just want to ask that you just, Lord, just use us to help these people get prepared for things that lie ahead of us now. And Father, I love and I appreciate each person on this channel, and I pray that you would just bless them, Father. That's all I want to know is you just bless them as we go through these hard times that lies ahead of us. And Father, I pray for the presidential elections in our country here. I just pray that you would just give people wisdom and knowledge as they deal with this presidential election now and help us to make wise decisions. Father, I love you and I just appreciate all that you do for us each and every day now. I ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Okay, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, we still got a couple of minutes here. I see the Dirt Patch Heaven has made it. So, hey,
Big Bear.
Julianne.
Y'all are late.
Yeah. A little bit late getting in, but that's better late than never. Y'all go over and watch Zach here in a few minutes, and
on An American Homestead.
An American Homestead, and give him your time. And you know what? We love and appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you.
0 thumbs down. That's all right.
That's okay, but it'll probably change. But I just want to tell y'all, I really do appreciate y'all, and I want y'all to understand that we lift y'all up in prayer every day because we feel like that's what God wants us to do here. And we just ask that y'all just follow us on this journey, and we'll try to teach you everything we can. And when God shows us something, we're going to show it to y'all.
Big Bear says he's been here the entire time. Well, it's hard to read all the comments and know who's here. But yes, I want to thank each and every one of you for the comments and everything on my birthday too. That was so sweet of you guys. That was just awesome. So we will see y'all next week, and
y'all go on over and watch Zach. We love y'all now. Talk to y'all later.